a second because I'm in another one. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to go back to where the guys are. Okay, here we are. Hello, everyone. Oh, thanks for joining us. Welcome to my channel. Can someone mute me? My voice is so loud. All right, so we are live on my channel. Let's see. James, since you're in the top left, could you introduce yourself? So loud.
Okay. You want me to mute you?
Live on my channel. No, hang on. Someone has YouTube open, and then I can hear myself. So if you can mute the YouTube, did you get it?
That would have been me, yeah.
It's all good. It happens every live.
Yeah.
So, hey, thanks. You're giving me watch time at the same time. So, James, can you go ahead and introduce yourself?
This James or that James?
Well, you're going to be James, and he's going to be Jim. So.
Okay, I'm James Souza, and I live in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
Awesome. Yes, thanks for coming. It's 9 p.m. his time. So, and thanks for coming to some of my lives. I've seen you in the chat box too. So,
yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, as long as you're not on at 2 a.m. my time.
Yeah, every Monday he's like, I have to watch the replay. Great. Okay, Jim, how about you?
What was the question?
Well, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm a teacher Jim now officially since I've been started. I actually started VIPKid and I taught my first class January 15th. So I've been teaching for almost 5 months now,
Awesome.
But I love it. And then I've got into all that ESL lobe and all that, and everybody's probably into Nancy Taylor's group, I imagine. I don't know.
I think just you and I, right?
Oh, okay.
That's how I met Jim.
So I didn't know. So I'm in a real whirlwind with all of that, and I'm trying to get everything going. But anyway, so my teaching experience is I'm not a teacher. I did substitute teach for 3 school districts here locally over 20 years ago. And I did get my degree in biblical studies. So I worked at a really awesome Christian youth camp for 2.5, 3 years on staff, so I had experience there. But all this ESL and all this teaching and all this is all new to me. And I love it. I love it. You know, so anyway, I forgot what the question was.
It was just to introduce yourself.
Well,
tell us a little bit about yourself.
I go by Teacher Jim now. I don't know if it says James up there. That's too formal. Just call me Jim. Oh, and the plug is, so right away, self-promote. Ruth, what is it? Self-promotion here, whatever. Shameless self-promotion.
Go for it.
TeacherJim.com. So that's where anyone can find me. And then scroll down, you'll find the YouTubes. I'm trying to get going with all that kind of stuff. But so that's that now.
And after we're done here, Jim, send me your link so I can add it to the description box so people will know where to find you.
Okay.
Awesome. Good. All right, Devin, you are my next one on the lower left corner.
Hi, I'm Teacher Devin. I live here. Actually, Jim lives just down below me in Branson. So he's in Branson. I don't know what that is.
I don't either.
Anyway, okay.
Something about Bluetooth.
Yeah. That was me. I'm sorry, my speaker went out. That's first, I'm not used to wearing no headphones. Usually I always have them, and I didn't want to have them, so it's doing.
Oh, okay. That's no problem. Well, so I go by Teacher Devin. Yeah, I'm Teacher Devin. This is my sign. This has been my sign for going on 3 years now with VIPKid. My background is in music education. I taught in public school and private school, and I also taught like private voice lessons and things like that for years. And I've done actually a little bit of this and a little bit of that actually. And now VIPKid's my main squeeze, and I've been doing this. Just my commute's awesome, and I love it. And
Nice.
yeah, this is it.
Awesome. So you said 3 years?
I'm going on 3 years. Yeah, I
3
just
years.
signed my 6th contract.
Awesome. And James is 5 months. Jim is 5 months. And James, how long have you been teaching?
Today was my 100th day.
Wow.
Oh, great.
Devin, you are the veteran so far. And I think Jason's fairly new. Hey, Jason.
Hello. Hi, I'm Jason. If I'm glitchy again, I told her earlier that there's a storm passing through southern West Virginia. As you can see, that's where I'm from, southern West Virginia, from my accent. I joined probably beginning of October. Can't remember the actual date. It was near the beginning of October of last year. And so my days, I'm at 248 days right now. I'm fairly new. I just re-signed my contract in April. So my background is my bachelor's in biology and sociology, and then my master's is in special ed. And then in August is when I finished my doctorate. And that's after I finished that, I had a big hole in my schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, well, I'm gonna do VIPKid. And here I am. So,
wow, congrats. That's great.
So.
Good. So Devin, you're definitely the veteran because I have hit 310 days. So I'm still under my first year too.
Oh, okay.
So any veteran questions? Devin.
Yeah, I've taught for a while now. I mean, and I was looking at like how many classes I've taught.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't quite got, according to the insights page, I'm only at 9,536.
Only.
But I know that at the other thing, it's over 11,000. So.
Oh, that's right. Because supplementals didn't always count on the insights, right?
Yeah. So there's more, but it's not quite,
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Speaking of supplementals, has anyone had a huge surge in supplementals?
I've had a huge drop.
In supplemental classes, I have 10 this week.
Oh,
I've had one. I've had one this week.
Oh, all different ones. They just all popped up this morning. I had 3 of them pop up this morning. I'm like, okay, cool beans. So, hey, everybody in the chat. We have 10 people in the chat. Let's see. Thanks for coming, Marianne and Janie, Deborah, Meredith. Hey, online teacher dude. Online teacher dude said, hey, gentlemen and Kasie, I'm in the house feeling a little left out because I was on episode 1. Hey, Tim, I can send you the link right now.
Come on over.
Laura. Hey, James Souza's in the chat. And Candy is here. Did you see Tim said you're a multitasker, James?
Yeah.
And let's see. Hi, Jason. Kinetic Confident passing by to say hi. Hey, Danny. And I hope I didn't miss anybody else. So Danny's getting ready to teach her first OutSchool class. And Candy said she always teaches a lot of supplementals, about 30 to 40% a week. Wow.
I had a surge of level 7s this week for some reason. It was really weird.
Really? I still haven't taught my first level 7 yet.
Usually I have like 1 level 7 a week, but I had like 5 booked me at one time. I've never had that 5 in 1 week. Okay.
I don't think they have any back-to-back time slots open usually in the week.
Oh, I open everything. That's why.
Yeah.
Oh, I used to, not anymore. Okay. So is this full time for any of you? Devin?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I'm pretty much all night, every night.
Yeah. Devin, how long did it take you to become full time? How long did it take for your schedule to get consistent?
Okay, so I started December of 2018, I think it was. And it was about 3 months before I actually got booked. Really, I had like a couple little once, and then it was like trial, and it closed out, and then it didn't work. So to get booked, it was like 3 months, and then after that, the first one that I actually had, then it just like a slew of them came, and it wasn't long after that I'd gotten what I wanted as far as the peak times were concerned. But getting fully booked, where I say like literally my whole schedule's green,
Mm-hmm.
that was about 2 years in the making. Just slicing different things up, and I've got some tips and tricks if people need them. I always send them in. Yeah. So if anyone messages me on Instagram, I'm VIPKid guy on Instagram. If you find me there, you can message me, DM me, and I'll send you like my top 10 how to get, bookings and stuff. But that's what I used, and it's worked really great. Yeah.
Very good. We might have some questions about that. Let's see. Oh, we already have questions coming in. Candy, you rock. Oh, she's got lots of questions. What levels do you men prefer to teach?
I have,
Well,
I have all of them, but I prefer the older, like higher levels.
I remember you talking about that in the chat, Jason. Okay, Jim, what do you think?
Sorry, I only teach level 2 and 3 because that's what I'm certified in. I'm been certified in level 4 about a month ago, maybe, and I've taught 3 classes so far, and I love them. It's so much, I know I love it, and I haven't even bothered to go on. I'm actually doing the new, not the TESOL, the new Chinese
Heffel?
thing, and then I'm also doing an actual TESOL.
Yeah.
So I've got those all on my plate, plus all the other video and stuff going on. So I haven't expanded because I wanted to do this part-time, but now I really have a real desire to do completely full-time.
Yeah.
Not only just the teaching, but the recruiting and the whole, the whole bit stuff, 'Cause my background, well, different backgrounds. I heard James talk about, I had a background in computer chip design way back in the 80s, and then I've computer sales and so, but I've been timeshare marketing, which the recruiting end of that part of the business is pretty much like that with the incentives and so forth. It's kind of the same. So that really triggered me from the get-go, but it's also new. I'm trying to catch up to everything. You open a new software package, you have to get the equipment, you start to use equipment, it doesn't work. When I actually started, I went through a whole different set of props. I made props, and by the time I went to get them, I got the nerve to do like the demo and change the props. So that took me like another month. I mean, it was just, everything was a big issue for me when I started. It was like, and getting in front of the camera, it was a nervous wreck. It was just like, so I can't believe the progress, in 5. I'm almost taught 160 classes now there, VIPKid guys. So, and it's just, I love it. It's like, it's so freeing and so, running your own business and teaching the kids, it's just like, the idea of teaching kids to actually speak English is really intriguing too, with all the new companies going out there, and so forth. But I tend to ramble. I'm sorry. I need to stay on task.
You're absolutely, it's nice to know I'm not alone. Okay,
Next.
what's your favorite?
I'd have to say level 1.
Oh, you like the babies.
But yeah, because now once I certified level 1 about 5 weeks ago, then I got one particular parent, and she gave me a 5 apple review and gave me an outstanding comment. And ever since then, half my bookings are level 1.
Nice. Game on. That's awesome. And so, Devin, what's your favorite levels or level? Did I lose you, Devin?
No, oh, okay. Sorry.
You're good.
I'm like listening, thinking, okay, I got it. I was trying to find you on YouTube, but I realized there's a delay and it came through my headphones. So I was like, wait, someone's still talking. I didn't want to talk over him.
Yeah, there is a delay. So
yeah, okay, I got it.
We say things and I have to wait for answers from them too.
Right. Well, gosh, I'm certified all the way through level 8. And I haven't taught a level 8 class yet, but I love level 7 because you really get a chance to talk to the students but they all have their own uniqueness. Each level has its own uniqueness. It took me about a year and a half to certify level 1 because I just was like, no way, I'm not doing it. And I've done it now, and they're cute, and I love them. And I've got about, I don't know, 10 or so that are my regulars, they're level 1s. But my majority is really in the level 3 through 6.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the majority of my classes, and I've got a few really. I've talked some of them through level 6, and I got them in level 7 now, which is pretty awesome.
Oh, neat.
But yeah. So anyway, it's I like the middle, a little middle section. Level 3 is really not my favorite, but I do teach a lot of those classes.
Mm-hmm.
So, and now that they've redone some things in there, I feel like I've gotten a little bit more freedom to do some work with the students, and I
We
like
hear that a lot on here. Level 3.
Yeah, and I was around when there was static level 2. So static level 2, when they switched over to the interactive, everybody hated it, including me. Yeah, and I was like, oh, please get rid of this. I go back to static level 2, and now they really have done a good job of, revamping and making it better. So it's even level 2 doesn't bother me now. So I'm good. I like it.
Awesome. Let's see. Oh, sorry, Cindy. Hey, Cindy, thanks for coming. I missed her up top somewhere. How many followers do you guys have? Do you know how to check the followers?
Oh, you mean
the
parent
followers on your VIPKid?
Oh, okay.
Little flower.
Yes, followers. Oh.
I only have 49.
I have 91. I have 91.
Nice, Jason. Everyone's looking now. How many of you didn't know that was a thing?
I knew it was a thing, but I've never looked. So let's see.
I've got 735.
Ooh. Man, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. I usually gain a couple.
So is it the heart or is it the?
It's the little
Sorry,
flower.
is it the first number?
It's under your account. So click on the account.
I got 12.
Yeah.
I got 12.
That's good.
You talk about the potentially reoccurring, the reoccurring, and the interested.
You want to go down here to your account and click on the account.
Yeah.
And then
It's your first page, basically.
right near your name. It's right at the top near your name and your picture.
Back off, it's blurry.
Mine's blurry, yeah.
Which one's followers?
The flower, the first number.
Oh, only 15.
What's the second number?
The second number is how many tokens you have.
Oh, disband?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was learning something all the time.
Those
This is informative.
Hey, this is awesome. You guys just told me, like, I need to make some more newbie videos here. Anybody use WeChat?
I use WeChat. Yeah.
I'm trying to get on.
I've tried to, what do you call it?
Scan?
Verify or?
Verify. I've tried to verify and it won't let me. It says my account's unable to verify people.
Mine suddenly worked one day. I don't know what I did. I just logged in and boom, there it was. I don't know what happened.
Yeah. I don't know how to post the WeChat. I tried to today and I couldn't figure it out.
Oh. We could do a video on that.
Yes.
That'd be good.
Done WeChat. Is that the way they communicate? Like that's Facebook in China, right?
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So they're not allowed to have anything else.
Well, they do. They actually do have some other things, but and one of them is TikTok. So TikTok is huge in China. It's a China-based company, and so it's so funny that Americans are so like into TikTok right now because it's so Chinese, but it is a good place to market yourself in some ways. So
That's what I've heard.
You haven't tapped into TikTok, and you have a little bit of time, you can go down that rabbit hole. You might be able to pick up some students there. Yeah.
I don't know if Jim's like me. I'm still not even halfway through my Nancy Taylor course yet. So.
Actually, I've gone through it, and I haven't applied it. It's going through it. I've gone through it.
Yeah.
And applied, and so I do have the links to her, as well. So
good.
She is the go-to person of the guru of the planet. I love Nancy Taylor. I can just go on and on and on and on.
She rocks, and she actually came on my channel before this was even a thing. She was like, all right, let's see. Questions for the men. How did you finally agree to try VIPKid, and were you skeptical?
I heard about it from going through a divorce and having everything all financially messed up a year ago, January, through Dave Ramsey. And I decided I need a second job. And I want one where I can stay at home because my dog misses me, my little Coco. You can see her on my stuff. And I'd be great to stay home with Coco. So I started looking at Dave Ramsey Facebook groups, and everyone started talking about this VIPKid. That's how I found out. So anyway, that's where I found out about it, through that. And it's been a godsend.
Yeah. There's a VIPKid Dave Ramsey group too.
Oh, is there?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I don't know the official name for it, but yeah.
Oh.
So James, how about you?
I needed some more supplemental hours. So I just went on Google search and typed teaching online.
Nice.
And it came up with all these different companies, and VIPKid was number one. And I start with number one, who's ranked number one. And I started that January 30th, which was 2 days before we started to go into lockdown.
Oh, that's right, because you're in Vietnam.
So I got a call on February 1st saying, we're off for 2 extra weeks. So it's like, okay, start this up. And then we got another call, home for 2 more weeks. So I basically spent from January 17th until May 18th at home.
Wow. It's a good thing some of us have these at-home jobs that we can supplement our income, you know.
Well, we also teach at home. I have classes 7:30 to 9, and then 1 to 2:30, 2:45 to 4:15, and 4:30 to 6, where we have the students come to the house. I have a classroom upstairs, and we teach. So we have 4 different levels at home.
Oh, so you teach English there too? That's what I did in Japan.
Well, yeah, I've been an ESL teacher here in Vietnam for 12 years.
Awesome.
So I've worked in the public schools, the government schools, and the international schools for the last 12 and a half years now.
Great. Devin, what was your why for starting at VIPKid?
Well, my wife and I we have our own business, and it was like we were kind of transitioning from being at a place where we sell our products at the farmer's market here locally, and then we're also online and stuff too, but we were trying to just kind of transition out of the farmer's market and just kind of go to online and doing wholesale accounts. And so I said, well, I need to find something. And Carrie, my wife, she found VIPKid, and she was already on, and she did her thing and she got hired. And I was like, oh, well, we could get an extra $100 if I just apply. So
right.
I was like, well, let's do it. And so I applied. And then after that, it was just like, well, she didn't have the desire to do it as much as I did. And so I just said, hey, I can do this. And I started getting booked, and then I was like, wow, I really can. Let's do this. So it became more of a passion for me, and I absolutely love it. And so, yeah. And then just since then, it's just been great. So
good. Jason, how about you?
I was bored.
You had that block in your schedule after.
After finishing that, and then I have a friend I went to college with. She kept posting what she was doing. She and her sister were both VIPKid teachers. So finally, I messaged one of them, and I said, "What is this?" And so she gave me her referral link, and then here I am.
That's awesome. So was anybody skeptical of it? I mean, some of us newer ones, I mean, it's been around now for a little bit, but what about when your wife started, Devin? Was she like, is this for real?
Oh yeah, we were totally waiting for our check to come. Is this serious? I mean, is this like some kind of scam out of China? We didn't know. I mean, and that's a common thing. I think almost everybody that I've ever talked to has been like, yeah, right. I don't think that you can make, because they say $2,000, you can make $2,000 in your spare time. And it really wasn't, I think maybe 2 or 3 months after that, my first like solid bookings that I jumped up to about almost $2,000. And I was like,
Yeah.
wow, you really can. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so then it was game on. It was like, okay, so what can I really do with this? How much can I make?
Right.
So, yeah.
And it's a little bit addicting. It's like, oh, that slot book. Maybe I'll just get the next one.
Right,
Maybe
exactly.
I'll just open the next one.
That's what I did. Slowly.
That's what I did too. As soon as everything would book, I said, let's try another hour.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah.
book, I'd go.
Yeah.
I take whatever I can get, but the other night I had a 1 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning.
Mhm.
You know, this morning I had a 6 and a 6:30. The 6:30 was a no-show. So then I had here at 9. So
Most of us started that way.
yeah, but I was glad from the get-go. It took me a long time to go through the process of hiring him, and it was so overwhelming. I made everything such a big deal. Now I make videos a big deal. That's the scenario I'm in. But teaching is like you just pop in and it's fun. I like to review the class as I go in there ahead of time. But level 2 and 3, you really don't even have to. It's like relearning English over again. All these things, in school. Did I pay attention? No, the first one was in the other day, and I didn't feel bad because there was like someone with a doctorate too, like Jason over there. Gurund.
I said that too.
I'm like, where the heck did that come from? I thought it's because I'm not a real teacher or what. So I'm Googling it. It's like in there. I'm like that. And then I saw other people. So it's like, yeah, they have some weird, quirky things in there sometimes. And there's slides. I just find things wrong in there. So I put it into the learning partners. Like they had one messed up I did yesterday morning about the way they had it in there, I mean, so it's not perfect.
There's a button you can click for slide feedback.
Yeah,
I do it. I put my feedback in there, but they hear it from me because,
Oh, they hear it from me too.
If you have an actual inside, if you're in the classroom and you look up there and you see something that's wrong, you can go to advise, which is at the top right hand. You click on that button and it pops down, and you can give this is actually the people that are working with the tool that we use, and it goes directly to that team. So it's a fast track to get that switched over.
Good.
Yeah, that'll help. Because
I didn't know what it is either, and I have my master's degree in teaching, so it's not just a teacher thing. But we say it all the time, and we know how to use it, but I never knew there was an actual name to add the ing. You know what I mean? And Lucy West told me it's called a gerund.
Yeah. Well, that's what is it a gerund or a gurund? Because I was like, what? Maybe I'm saying it wrong.
Wait, we learned that whole, like,
it's
E after G, with my other one, but it's on here.
Gerund.
Gerund.
Yes, that's right. It makes the J sound.
So are most of your students females or males?
Most of mine are males.
What's that? Jason is males, Jim?
I'd say most of them are male. There's just a few girls. They're all boys for the most part. Yeah.
Devin, how about you? He's smiling.
I was smiling because I literally started off with like the most rambunctious, crazy kids that were boys. It was like that was like the main stack of my classes. They threw them at me and like tagged me with patience, and it was like they just threw all these boys at me. And lately, probably within the last year, I've really developed a lot more girls in my classes, and it was just a couple little small changes that led that. But now I have a lot more girls in my class, and I love the balance of having a few boys and a few girls. I've had stinky boys and stinky girls. Teacher Maddie calls them stinky boys. I've had both. I've had girls that are totally disinterested and do not want to do anything in class and just kind of slough you off.
Put on their makeup.
Yeah, I've had boys that they've mooned me. They've thrown snot at me.
Flipped you off and.
Oh yeah.
I had one draw the middle finger up at me, but he didn't really give it to me.
Lick the camera and.
No, lick the camera. That one right there is I cannot handle that. That's like my shut off the camera. I cannot watch this.
Really?
Oh yeah. Licking the camera just
Okay,
There's
I don't
something
like
about that.
feet in the camera. I'd rather them lick it than stick their big old foot in my
I don't-
face.
I don't mind feet.
Oh.
I just go pew, and they
Yeah.
laugh. And
Right.
So
They
I don't
think,
mind
they
the
think
feet.
it's great. It's feet like, but when someone's mouth is
licking.
coming at my
And
face,
it's all spitty and food in it. And
no. Mm.
Oh, look, Devin's all grossed out.
Oh my gosh.
yeah,
It literally makes my stomach churn. I can't handle it.
Oh, funny.
And
James, what about you?
No.
About 65% boys.
Right. Well, he's got like a number ready for us. Good one.
65%.
So, do you guys use a lot of props?
I don't.
Oh, yes.
Jim.
This is all the
I
background they
love
get.
the
That's all.
props.
I do have a
Every
little basket
dino
of
there
like,
is.
but
Oh my gosh. I'm
Boy and
very
girl-
minimal.
boy and girl. That's all I do. He,
Good.
she, boy, girl, mom, dad, cousin, and body parts and facial parts, stuff like that.
Oh,
And
Mr. Potato.
Farm animals. Where in the world are we? I do that.
Yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Where?
Oh, and have a football. I do that for football.
Oh man, if I start pulling out props, we'll be here all day.
Oh yeah.
That's what
I
it
love
is.
that.
My props, what flavor do you like? Because I've got 10
Yeah.
to choose from. That's how I stall them.
Mhm.
Stall them.
Pizza taco.
And I just got my Amanda Panda stuff in this week.
Yes, Amanda Panda rocks.
I love the prop part of teaching. I just do.
James, how about you?
I just stick with the level 2 and level 3s. They love the props, you know. I find it entertaining. It gives you something to do. I'm
I
like,
first
they're
started as a kid
paying
like that.
for me to play with my dog's toys. I
Right?
use Coco's dog toys, you know, and they pay me to do this.
Right?
I do like a lot of digital props too sometimes. So
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask that too. James, how about you for props?
I make all my props, you know, the letters and I find out what they like. Like one girl, you know, she likes Pikachu, so I made all the Pikachus for the award system. And
Wow.
Right.
so I have a big copier right here, color inkjet, black and white, color laser jet. Another. So I have 5 printers in here, 2 monitors.
Wow.
So, yeah.
You're all geared up. Devin, how about you?
oops.
Oh, I'm pretty minimal with my props. I've got, I mean, my desk looks like, you know, prop explosion, but it's really it's very, very small. Apple, banana, ball, the regular trial stuff. And then I have a couple characters, like I love my Minion character. I use that a lot. It's got
And a
banana
log
too in
clock.
there.
I do a clock.
Yeah, I have a clock. But I mean, it's very minimal.
The Bluetooth device.
Does anyone use
Bluetooth device.
yeah, Jim's
Sorry
Bluetooth
about
is going off.
that.
Anyone use Minicam or Google Slides?
I use Manicam.
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet.
I use Google Slides on my phone and I hold it up and I do it this way, but I don't, it seems like every time I try to use like Manicam or like Cam Twist or something like that, it just takes too much processing power for my computer to handle. I'm an old school computer user.
Me too. I'm afraid to add it because I don't know that it could handle anymore.
I used a 2008 MacBook for the first year and a half of my teaching, and it had 8 gigs of RAM, and it was like, it worked, but man, it was really pressing the limit. And now I've upgraded, but I'm actually using a MacBook Air, and it's got 4 gigs of RAM, which is crazy that it actually works, but it does. So I really like it.
Did you know VIPKid used to require a 3 Intel processor and now it's a 5?
Yeah.
Like, oops, time to upgrade. I'm still like, yeah. Mine's an old laptop that I've had for a while.
Anytime I get the level 1 hot dog thing, I always bring a real hot dog and eat it.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I have hot dog for breakfast.
Mm-mm.
That's mine.
No,
I
need
applaud you. That's awesome.
baked beans or something.
Kids
I
love,
eat less
they love
on
to
the
know what you're
food.
eating though.
Again, I need to eat some fruit and vegetables. I need
No, I
a
don't do
fruit and vegetable lesson.
Yeah. Micah said, "Oh, it's Devin. What's up, dude?"
What's up, man? Micah's my buddy.
Uh-huh. He helped us all with
Oh yeah.
feedback.
Mhm.
Getting all that set up. Did you guys see all of that?
That's great.
I just sent it. That's what I was trying to put on WeChat and couldn't figure it out.
I put mine on WeChat from what he shared with everybody.
I'm gonna have to figure that out. Or Jason, I'm gonna have to ask you. Wow, guys, I'm way behind in the chat. Let's see. Oh, do you guys like to sing in class? Does anybody?
I love it. I love singing in class.
You do?
Yeah, I didn't at first, and then finally I was like, just do it. And so I have my little microphone. I sing with them, and
I love it. I love to sing. When I used to substitute teach, I would either get like one class for the day, just a subject, or I would, I'd be like art class all day or gym class or music class. So I had my music background growing up, so I love it because I could just whip out some song on the piano. But here I'd get so nervous with VIPKid. It's like, because what song is it? And I'd Google it, look it up, and I'm like, am I singing the song right? And everything. And now if I don't even preview the slide and the song, I just come up. I'm like, I'll just make it up. It's not even a song. It's like, who cares? It really doesn't even matter because the kids are joining in anyway. They can't even talk anyway. That's the point, and you got to slow it down. So slow anyway. But I loved it. Yeah, as level 4, we put our right hand in, our right hand out, right foot in. Did the whole hokey pokey.
You did the hokey pokey?
Yes, it was level 4. They could follow along. It was wonderful.
Oh my God.
So,
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
I have
Hokey
it.
Pokey's on.
Yes,
Is it really?
they get really
Yeah.
engaged
Of course.
in that one.
The bad thing
Yeah.
about it is that for a long time it was not right. It was like it was like put your right hand in and it was like it wasn't the right words, and it was so disturbing to me. I'm like, come on, this is the hokey pokey. Like, can we at least do it right?
Right.
And yeah, so now it's right.
The
So
whole
Devin, how
COVID
about you
thing.
being a music teacher and all?
Yeah, I sing all the time. I'll do opera and stuff for them too.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
gonna do
you want me to do opera for you?
I know it's gonna be asked in the chat box. So.
Oh, I'm scared I'll blow the speakers. Let it roll. Oh, let's do something like that.
Fun.
Just sing something really loud and boisterous, and they're like, "What?" I mean, but parents, because China opera is so huge, parents love that. Oh, I always have some kind of parent come into the camera when I start singing because they're like, "What? Teachers, you can sing." So yeah, they want to know if you can sing. They love it. It helps.
Awesome.
I think it helps me get bookings. And then if you can sing "Happy Birthday" in Chinese, that is really 祝你生日快乐. So if you can sing "Happy Birthday" in Chinese, it's a huge thing to put in your pocket.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I always sing to all my students "Happy Birthday."
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the one that ends up singing when their birthday is wrong.
That would be
they're
me.
always
Yeah.
wrong.
That would be me.
Well,
I need to ask first.
well, you ask first, but also when you look in the student profile and you add one day to whatever is in the student profile, and then you're okay usually. But the Chinese have 2 birthdays. I don't know if you guys knew that or not, but they have 2 birthdays.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing that's a little bit.
Say what?
Which birthday is this?
Here in Vietnam too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Birthdays.
they always celebrate their natural birthday, and on
Their
here
lunar
we
birthday?
call it Tet, but they call it Chinese New Year. So
Yeah.
once that day happens, they're a year older.
Interesting.
Oh,
James, how
wow.
about you? Do you sing during class?
Yes, for the songs that's on slide 4 and 24, it says like around the mulberry bush. So I went to YouTube, downloaded the karaoke version. Then I use my iPad, stick on the music, and then I sing whatever words they have associated with that and get them in. And the kids are like, "Whoa."
That's awesome.
That's
I
cool.
still get embarrassed, and I'm a kindergarten teacher. I have no idea why.
Oh, I love singing with the kids. I love singing stuff that you're not supposed to sing with the kids.
I do that. Yeah, I do that.
I sing like everything. I sing everything, especially if the kids are disinterested or they're not paying attention. It just brings them back in a lot of times because sometimes they're like, "Oh my gosh, the teacher is so horrible. Your voice is so horrible." Or I'll sing stuff wrong on purpose.
Yeah.
Like miss notes on purpose just to see if they're paying attention. They're like, "Oh, that was bad, teacher." Thank you. Yes.
Got your attention, didn't I?
Yeah, got your attention.
What is it? Wishy-washy?
Yeah, the wishy-washer woman?
Yeah, I had to look that one up. Okay, let's see. Do you think it's easier to get bookings as a male teacher, or do you think that's just a myth?
My guess is for boys that they want, they want a male teacher. I was just guessing. Sorry for always jumping in, but it's my nature.
Mine too.
But I think it was an advantage to get started. I thought when I first heard about it, I thought, there's thousands and thousands of women teachers. I don't think there's that many men. When I first started looking, that's when I found Teacher Tim from the first video series. And I'd watch some of his videos when I became a VIPKid teacher. Actually, I didn't even have a referral. I had Erin, who I love, little Erin, if you know her. When you watch
Erin,
the videos.
yeah.
But she changed her whole code, and I went to go put in there, and I was going to have to reapply. And after I already did the demo, it was like, oh, forget that. I passed the demo. It was a miracle. I'm not going back again. There's no way. So I went on, it took me 4 times to pass the demo,
Oh, yeah.
So, I jumped in without anybody referring me, so when it comes to that business. But sorry, I went off track again.
It's all good. Devin, you were laughing when I asked that question. What do you think?
Because I always laugh at it because it's like it's an easy excuse to say that that's the truth.
Yeah.
And let me put it this way. I do believe that the Chinese favor men in the classroom, and that's just a cultural thing. However, I don't think that this misses any woman from like grabbing bookings.
Right.
And I think with the proper routine and doing things to cultivate rapport and I think anybody and everybody that does it well can get booked. It's not because he's a man he always gets booked. It's like because there's times I don't get booked too.
Yeah.
I mean, there's times I see blue in my schedule and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do? So, but I think that yes, in some ways it was easier. It was easier for me. My wife would say, yes, well, of course, look, you're booked and I'm not. So, so she would say, yes, it's true. But I think that it's handled. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily.
One of the guys in the last group mentioned like your tribe will find you.
Yes.
So some want a male teacher, some want a female teacher, some want energy, some want somebody chill and laid back. I think it's just
every student's different. I've had students that come in, or little girls especially, and they sit down and it's like, here, I'm a male teacher and I'm sure I'm pretty intimidating for them, so I always try to soften my voice and come down a notch and don't get in their face. And so it's like, there's things that I think that you can do to adjust to make sure that all kids are welcome in your classroom. They're not, you got to mirror the student. If you don't, then they're going to walk out the door. They'll never be back.
Good point.
Oh,
I don't think I'm intimidating, but I'm definitely overwhelming at times.
I have a student that's really super smart. And so he has a different mood every day. I mean, this kid should be in the next level for sure. And he's just super intelligent. He just, he can answer other questions. He's just bored to death. He needs to be gone. But he, depending upon his mood when you meet him, he has, so that, some of my students I've taught, I've only been doing a short time, I've taught over 20 times on several of the students. But, and you can tell their different moods once you get to know them. At the beginning, the whole thing was just so new. And after a while, you start meeting them and you become your friends. And you look forward to seeing them, and you can actually tell the different moods that they're in, because they're actual people.
There are people.
Wow.
That's true.
Do you ever do Would You Rather as an extension?
I've done that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got these, or Jim, I'm sorry, James. I got these from Amanda Panda teacher on her. Yeah, Jason and I both have them. They're just would you rather cards, and she's got a little like sentence starter. Why? Explain your choice, and it helps if you have extra time or you need to extend with a student, asking questions. So, yeah. Then what you got? Chopsticks?
Quite a.
James, what do you think? I don't even remember my question now. Hang on.
The question said, would you rather eat with utensils or chopsticks? So I pulled out my chopsticks.
Oh, for that one. Gotcha. I meant the one before that. What did I ask? Hang on. Oh, do you think it's easier for men to get bookings in the beginning, or is that a myth?
Oh, based on is it Devon? What he said, it's it is a cultural thing. And over here, yes, they do prefer male teachers over female teachers. So it's, and even here, they want white males.
Gotcha.
So and their cultures are similar. So yes, for
yeah,
but the Vietnamese don't like them.
So do you guys consider yourself to be funny in class, and is humor one of your assets? I'm not.
Definitely. Oh, definitely.
It's a roller coaster for me, I think.
What do you mean by that, Jason?
It's I'll surprise them, like the thing, I throw a ball, then I'll start grabbing things. Well, I throw my marker, and then they throw their marker, and I say, well, I throw my iPad. I have a bed behind my computer, so I throw my iPad, and they're like,
oh my gosh!
So it lands on my bed. I've only had one kid goes and I heard the mom scream at him, but.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, as a kindergarten teacher, do they ever like, oh,
yeah, they did. I had one do that. I throw my phone. It goes on my bed, so nothing breaks. But
yeah. So you throw your phone on your iPad. Don't do it.
Yeah, I haven't had that happen yet.
No.
Yes.
Let's not talk that one into existence.
Or if they make a fart noise, I go back at them.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that's definitely. Everyone finds that funny.
I know it's.
Let's see. I went to an all-women's college. It's good to see a man acknowledging there is a gender bias towards males. Let's see.
There's a gender bias, but it doesn't mean like. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say, I agree with the gender bias, that principle of it, but I don't feel like it's an excuse to not. You know what I mean?
You're still a good teacher.
I help a lot. Well, yeah, I help a lot of people that really have trouble with bookings. I mean, I get messages every day, and I help people, and they ask me that. Well, do you think it's and I'm like, well, no, I really don't. I think that you can get bookings. You just need to follow some principles to do it. So I just say don't give up. If you don't go, oh, I'm a female, so I'll never get booked. I mean, that's
right.
Knock
on wood, I've been booked to where I want to since I started in August. Yeah. Hey, Evelyn, thanks for coming. Cindy said, I had a kid today. We could have talked forever. 10 years old, and he knows everything.
I love those kids.
They're refreshing.
I want my husband to do it, but he still plays video games. At some point, he will realize he could be making money. So do you guys change your backgrounds for different themes or holidays or anything?
That's all you get.
Yeah. I tried.
We will see. We will see.
James, how about you?
I'm going to make, because I just got started and we're just getting to work, but when their holidays come, I do plan on designing more backgrounds and having them printed out. Because I have a couple of hooks. I just hook them and let them hang.
Yeah, that's what I did. I ordered from someone online. I think I paid $10 for the digital copy, and then I sent it to Vistaprint and had them printed. But I stole from my kindergarten classroom boxes that were in my garage, and I loved Eric Carle up there for a long time. But then I switched to Harry Potter, but it was just kind of like, So then I got my Nancy Taylor map here. So.
Yeah, I plan on doing like a for September, October, some type of theme for the Mid-Autumn or the Lantern Festival and the Mid-Autumn Festival that they have September, October timeframe. And then when it comes around the next year, the symbols for the New Year, the Tet holiday, as they call it here, or Chinese New Year.
Yeah. And
so I can just hang it up for that time, Christmas, because they are getting into Christmas over here.
Yeah. It's getting to be all over now. Awesome. Let's see. I think, gosh, guys, we've gone. Oh, are you a YouTuber? And how long does it take you to video? I know, Jim, you're a YouTuber, right?
Yeah, I've done 2.
2 videos.
My last video I did was 3 months ago. I cannot believe this. Something keeps coming up, but I intend to get these going out on the whole process here. I just make it too big of a deal. So you'll see those popping up on my channel here, especially now that I've said this.
Yeah.
They will there. But the ones I did, I spent a lot of time on, more time than I needed to.
Yeah.
I found out. But I wanted to have fun and just crazy. It was a crazy time. We're going through this COVID stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But people do a variety of the videos, and they can just be getting on there and just talking and getting that message out there. That's all that needs to be done. And so.
And Jim, what's your channel name?
If you go to teacherjim.com and go to the bottom, you can hit YouTube. It'll take you there. As far as the channel name, I'm not sure what it is.
You don't remember? I know you were in the group, so I know.
On Facebook and on YouTube, I'm Teacher Jim, but I don't know if that's the channel name. Anyway.
I'm not sure. Now, Jason, I see you in the chat box. Do you have a channel also? Do you do videos?
I don't. I do have a channel, but it's for like my other job.
Oh, okay.
Like I teach part-time for a university too. I'll like give a video. It's online, so I'd like to let them see my face instead of just a name.
Yeah.
So I don't do like videos for publishing for the world or anything.
Gotcha. James?
No, I don't. I haven't got too busy with home teaching, VIPKids. I teach at a language center on Saturday and Sunday morning. And my wife uses Facebook, so I have similar to the setup of VIPKids, or I have students across Vietnam that I give 25-minute lessons to. So
great.
Too busy to do any type of YouTube stuff at the moment.
And Devin, how about you? I know you're big on Instagram. That's where I found you.
Instagram's my place. It's my wheelhouse. I haven't started a YouTube channel, although I have a guy that's helping me to develop some stuff for it, and we've been in talking. So we haven't done anything more with that, but I've been pleased with IGTV and what they've kind of done with Instagram to allow that to kind of bleed over and use it. So any of my interviews now can go straight to Instagram TV instead of me just housing them, which all of my the very beginning stuff that I did with all the brand ambassadors and stuff like that, all that is, I still have those videos and those things need to be transferred and they'll be put on my YouTube channel at some point. But I keep getting prodded by people like, why are you ever going to put those videos up? And I just haven't. So, like I said, I've got somebody that's going to help me do that. I'm not a YouTuber. So like in video editing is not necessarily my wheelhouse. And so I'm like, well, I can have somebody do it probably. And, if you guys, and just a little plug here for that crazy fun teacher, if you guys don't know John Lucas, John Lucas is that crazy fun teacher. You will know him by this purple and green wig in his YouTube.
I've seen that,
Anyway, he's a great guy. He's in the Philippines, and he's the guy that does all my poster stuff and all that kind of stuff. He's fantastic.
Yeah, I'll have to look him up.
Yeah. So if you need anything done, let him know. I'll give him a shameless plug for him because he's awesome.
Good. We like that on here. So are any of you part of the men's VIP Facebook group, or do you have your own?
I do have my own.
yeah?
Most people don't know about it. Facebook, because I'm not on Facebook a whole lot. There's VIPKid guy, but I have a VIPKid guys page. It was supposed to be kind of a water cooler type atmosphere for guys, and they never really. I realized really quick, oh, there's not a whole lot of guys on here, so
Yeah.
I really put myself into this niche, and then there was nobody there. So,
Yeah.
guys, if you want to go and join the conversation there, we can all talk. But
You betcha.
You want to mention the name of it?
it's VIPKid guys on Facebook. Yeah, VIPKid guys.
Awesome. And I know Online Teacher Dude has one that's for guys also.
I was on a lot of them. I took myself out of a lot of them because a lot of negativity. It was people complaining over and over and over. So I just I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I don't do that. So my Instagram stuff is very positive. I run 4 chat groups in the Instagram, 1 for full timers, and then 3 for newbie chats. And I say I run it. There's actually a team of teachers that are veteran teachers that answer questions in there. I don't do all of it for sure, but
you could do that on Instagram.
They're just chats. They're just chats, and then people can be added to the chat. You can only add 35. So those groups are full. Then I need to start another group and then have another admin to help me out. But usually most of the chats, I've got 2 or 3 admins in each one of those that help answer questions. So we're answering questions for newbies usually within 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Which is awesome, and it's good information, which is good. So from veteran teachers, and then to help with anything like YouTube, if you need not YouTube, but if you need a video, like your profile video looked at or whatever, if your profile bio needs to be looked into, we'll look at that and we'll give you solid advice. And we've been helping people for a long time now.
Good. So there's a question on here. I think it was Candy. I can't find it now. Do you guys wear orange to teach?
Yes.
This is right here, my black. One time I changed to a different color and a student was very upset. so I went to Walmart, bought a pack of black t-shirts.
Oh, fun.
And so this is my and one time I went with contacts and they got mad. They don't like change. I noticed that.
Yeah, that's true.
So glasses, black shirt, that's all you get. And they love it.
There you go. James, what about you?
This is my work shirt.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, it's for the Cu Chi tunnels in Vietnam.
Oh. Awesome. Jim, what about you?
I always wear orange whenever I teach, but today it was, I'm not teaching. I don't have to wear orange, so I did.
Yeah. Devin, you're an orange wearer?
Yeah, I wear orange or black usually. Yeah. I usually, when I wear black, it's nice because you can, like here, if I'm doing any kind of hand signals, you can't really see it against the orange, but black, it really does show up. So it's a good color to wear.
Oh. Okay, Jason, let me see. Put your hand near your black. Let me see the difference.
Yeah.
I guess you can.
Yeah, you can definitely see if you're doing some hand signals, you can see a lot clearer with the black. So that's one thing. But I don't know if anybody, the question I have is anyone wear a hat while they teach? I don't, but does anyone wear?
Not unless it's like a birthday hat.
Yeah. Well, because all the women wear these headbands and they put their hair back and they've got their little whatever. And I always think, man, it'd be nice to be able to just, throw on a hat and teach.
I don't know.
That's really being lazy.
I wear black at work a lot because I work a lot with the deaf and hard of hearing for my job.
Oh, and so that's right. See?
So I have to use contrasting colors and
you're a signer. That's awesome.
So.
Micah said blue brings out his eyes.
That might be true. I don't know. I've never looked into Micah's eyes.
Tim said Instagram is a super positive place. Unfortunately, Facebook brings out the worst in people sometimes. I agree. Luckily, I keep knocking on wood. Thankfully, my group has been pretty positive. I'm pretty excited about my collaboration.
It has been. When I decided to get back with Facebook groups, I think your group was one of the first. It was a random one, so I just clicked it.
I wrote on it, like, I can't do negativity because it just brings me like down that rabbit hole, and I'm just not about that. So, yeah.
I think keeping a positive place is something where, like, honestly, it's not the platform's fault necessarily.
Right.
Although I will say this, the Instagram lends itself to positivity because you cannot dislike something. You can only unheart it, which that doesn't seem very negative to unheart something or whatever, but
Right.
you can like it and you can send lots of hearts, which that's an awesome thing. That's the only thing that you can do. And if they ever change that, I think that there will be I think there will be a change in that. Of course, you can still stream negativity on Instagram, but I think that I think that there's a lot more positive
The
note.
Bluetooth device is ready to pair.
That's the
The
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth device
Ready to
is
pair.
configured successfully.
Here was a question that came in too. Does anyone use Feedback Panda?
I hate it.
Really?
Okay.
I've never tried it.
I was a brand ambassador for Feedback Panda for a while.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you
But
still use it?
oh yeah, I use it every day. Every day. I love
Really?
it. Yeah. You hate it, Jason. Why do you hate it?
Well, hate's kind of a strong word.
It is a strong word. Wow, I
shouldn't
hate
have
it.
said hate, but I was still new, like very, very new, and I tried Feedback Panda. And in my head, I thought it was going to go directly to it. I guess I was more disappointed that I thought you just use Feedback Panda and it goes directly to VIPKid for you. I guess I could give it another try. I could give it another try, I guess. But
it's not too hard to navigate. But I understand. No. I understand what you're saying.
And so now I use like of course I base it off that feedback templates they give you on the materials. I use that and then tweak it to myself. You know, whatever I'd say, I'd take out the fluffy words and do that.
Yeah.
Because my kids know I'm not very fluffy. So I'm not.
James, how about you? Have you tried Feedback Panda?
No, I similar to Jason, I look at the feedback, and every time I teach a new lesson, I put it into Word. So I see it. So next time I teach that lesson, it's like, okay, this is what I typed, and then cheat and change the name and he to she or she to he, and everything's already done. So I'm generating my own.
Good. Jim, how about you?
No, I just one of the other things I've got a bunch of software I have but haven't used it yet, like Canva and TubeBuddy and all this stuff. And as far as I like making my comments real personal, I did find it, and I haven't had that many classes for it to be a huge issue. Yeah. And then when I have had some back-to-back, I just copy and paste and have changed the names. And I found over time that's like, I know how to make them sound really like, I didn't even know, because now I'm doing some studying here. The words I've been using to describe comprehension and stuff are words that they really prefer, especially on teaching. But I've just been using that language, and then I'll put their names up there. And then if I had maybe 4 or 5 classes that day, because that's the most I ever get, then maybe I might copy and paste. Otherwise, it just take a few minutes to. I like putting that input in there and making it personalized. I think that helps you with bookings and people to get to follow you when you really put that other extra care and take that time in that feedback. I've thought that from the get-go. That was just my personal thought. So I try to keep that from just being a copy-paste thing. You know?
I had a lot of bookings after I started giving feedback to the LP, that little box at the bottom.
Yeah.
And I even started putting like a little brag, thank you for all you do. For the when I started doing that to the LP, all my bookings went up real fast. I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm finding out now.
Yeah. Mindy said she's never tried it either. Hey Mindy, thanks for coming. And Cindy Bennett said she's used it for a while. Good. Okay, well, I don't want to keep you guys too long, so let's just do the last 3 questions, okay? So, I didn't even put my last 3 questions on here, but I know the first one. What are your goals moving forward? Anybody want to start with goals? Devon's like, Devin, you put your expressions on your face like I do. Okay, Devin, go for it.
To make this full time, this is a whole new fun career. And here you can make whatever you want to do, you can do online now. And it's your own bandwagon. And I've had a lot of bosses and a lot of, I'll say it, crappy bosses that treat you and mistreat you and use you and abuse you. And being your own boss and be able to run your own program and be able to make it your own bit. This is just a dream in so many ways to me. But besides the teaching is just so fun.
Yeah.
I'm very fortunate to have found VIPKid and this whole online business, ESL or otherwise. So yeah, that's how I feel about it. I'm very passionate. I found a new reason to get up in the morning and new things to do. This could have been a horrible COVID-19 experience, but I've utilized my time to my advantage. And, you know, everyone's doing this, all the universities, all the schools, everyone needs teachers. So that's my plug for everybody. It's a very encouraging new career. I'm very blessed.
Yeah, that's my biggest video is about teaching on Zoom. It's hilarious. Jason, what about you?
My goal is to maintain.
Jason, you're like totally chill.
I have a cup on my my desk. You know, was the world's okayest teacher. The world's okayest teacher on my desk. You got that too?
Oh, Devon's got greatest.
Oh, you have the greatest. Well, I'll let you have it.
Because superhero is an official.
Because superhero isn't an official title. I show this to my kids. I'm like, award. I got an award, and they're like, no, teacher.
The greatest teacher.
You're not the greatest teacher in the world. I know.
That's awesome.
I don't see myself doing it full time yet. Because I really love my full time job.
Yeah.
So this is a good summer supplemental. Of course, right now during COVID, it's practically been a full time job. I've been booked full time. So.
Wow, good. James, how about you?
A couple of years ago, we bought land on an island off of Vietnam. So we're building a house next year. We're going to move out there and open up a small language center and a morning cafe to serve breakfast. And then VIPKids will supplement in the middle.
So how many visitors can you have at a time? Because I know all my friends in the chat, we all want to travel together. Poor Tim has a bunch of us planning on coming.
This is just like Hong Kong to China. The name of this island is called Phu Quoc. So we're going to be moving over to that island next year.
Wow, that's great.
Tourist attraction, lots of good seafood and everything.
Oh, wow, sounds good. Hey, Devin, you left me and it was your turn.
That's why he left.
I'm back. Sorry.
He's like, goals, I'm out.
I would like to maintain like the income that I've got right now. I've never made this much in my life, which is pretty amazing. And just being able to provide for my family, and I've got 6 kids. So it's it's a lot. My oldest is 18 and my youngest is 4. So being able to keep my family fed and clothed and all that kind of stuff is pretty amazing. But of course I would love to start a YouTube channel. I've talked about doing that for I guess almost 3 years now, since I started VIPKid Guy. But as far as teaching is concerned, I want to teach level 8. That's like one of my goals. I'm excited about that new level 8. So I'm like, once that is opened, and yeah, so we'll see. But,
Devin, is that where they have the opera one and stuff, or?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Has anyone taught the health and PE class yet?
Nope.
I taught my first one the other day. I loved it.
Health and PE?
What's that?
Health and PE?
It was health and physical fitness, and it was about like cross training for different sports. So the girl was a gymnast, and what other sports can she use to make herself better in her sport? So running for endurance, and it was great. Yoga for flexibility, and
that sounds like it's better than the level 5 lessons on health. The level 5 lessons on health are good, but they're just kind of skim.
They do.
Like what's good to eat, and what do you do for exercise, and
I loved it. It was fun. Let's see. What do you think are qualities of a good teacher?
I think adapting to the student, meet the student where they are, then bring them where they should be. That's what I always say.
Yeah, that's great.
Exactly.
Anyone
I would
else?
agree with that.
I totally agree with Jason.
That's good.
Yeah. Good.
I got one.
Well,
Got one.
Not many, Jason. Right.
Jason, I want to know, how many classes do you teach? Did you
A
already say
week.
that?
A week, about between 50 to 60 a week usually.
Oh, okay.
And so it's not like
Full-time.
major full time, but I'm getting there.
Yeah, it's pretty
Good
full-time.
for a rookie.
So do you
No.
open more than that?
Do what?
Do you open more than that? Because
I'll open everything. I open every slot.
Do you?
Yeah.
I just don't want to do nights anymore.
I have a horrible sleep pattern anyway, so I'm up all throughout the night. So I'll wake up for 2 o'clock, then go to bed, wake up for 5. I'll do that. It's because I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, I did it when I first started, and that's how I got all of my regulars, I think. But yeah, then I was like, oh, look, I can get some sleep. Oh,
Now,
look,
if school's back in session, then I won't do that, of course, because then I'll be falling asleep at work. But
right?
Yeah.
usually I'll open up like 4 to 8, Eastern Standard Time.
Hey, Team Power Kid, how you doing?
that's where I have a little bit of an advantage.
Oh yeah,
Because I'm up the same time they are.
Mm-hmm. I think Tim is too. Yeah, that's great.
Tim's a hour difference from me.
Okay.
So I'm an hour behind Beijing, and I think he's an hour behind me.
Yeah, he's the same time as them, I think. Right?
Well, I think he's 2 hours behind Beijing.
Oh, okay. Wow. Let's see. What is your favorite professional development or teaching tool? Everyone's like,
Professional development. When I first came here, it was mandatory to do the TESOL. So I had to take a 120-hour course to where we went into the Vietnamese schools to practice teaching English. So that's the thing that got me more prepared for teaching English. You went into live classrooms, no online stuff. You had to teach these kids, and you got feedback from the instructors and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
That was the best.
Yeah, and now you can get that online.
But yeah, it's a little different from online, because when you're stuck in front of a classroom and here it's you think classroom in the United States. No, here in the classrooms there are 45 to 50 kids in every classroom. And having 48 6-year-olds in one classroom, oh my God.
No.
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 You could teach for 5 minutes, then you got to show a little kiddie video, teach for 5 minutes, show a little kiddie video, and that's it. And then you go out and break time and have a nice coffee.
I remember my first day in kindergarten, I didn't even have that many, and I sat down on the floor after. I was like, whoo. Okay, so who else has a favorite professional development or teaching tool?
I like going back to the ones that VIPKid offers sometimes, just to get refresher. Or I use YouTube a lot.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 go-tos for this.
Yeah. Anybody else? Jim?
Well, I was going to say the same thing, YouTube and the ones in VIPKid. There's so many awesome resources out there. I'm partial to Nancy Taylor's whole training program, the teaching, online, the whole business. She's got a video series of teaching you through all the teaching techniques and everything. So she's my go-to guru for everything. And Google and all the different resources, YouTube out there. It's fun to meet new people and see different things that people are doing, because everyone's got their own way of implementing and teaching and their own way of sharing the information. So I find it all pretty intriguing to see all the different ways people do it.
Yeah, and she's got an inexpensive ESL training course too. The big course that Jim and I took, of course, was branding and recruiting and everything, but she does have a smaller ESL course for those that are not teachers that that you can learn from too. I'm sure Jim and I both have links for that one. Okay, and Devin, what about for you?
I think this is, I mean, I've never taken a workshop, which is so bad.
Really?
No, I never have taken a workshop. But the thing about it is, I think the reason why that I haven't really gravitated to that is because everything that I've learned from like people, just watching people do Instagram, YouTube, and then just talking behind the scenes every day with people. So I feel like I'm constantly being sharpened by the community because they come to me with a problem and I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I need to figure it out. And so I'll go and talk to 2 or 3 more teachers that maybe have more insight into something that I don't. And then I can come back to them and say, okay, listen, this is what I've gained. And then you can take from it. Well, I always take from it too. So it's like whatever's going on, I'm learning as I'm going, and I'm constantly have my eyes out for new and someone's using something in the classroom. And I tell people all the time, tag me on Instagram so I can learn. It's like, I want to know. I really haven't arrived in my classroom at all. I'm not a great teacher. I'm okay. But I love learning. So I'm constantly learning. And professional development for me is a little bit different because I'm so off the wall as far as what I do. I don't like teaching is like what I do to make money, but I like to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm constantly researching how to take computers apart and how to do that kind of stuff. So that's how I develop myself, is through those kinds of things. I love to read manuals and
Really?
yeah, that's like if I could sit down, people read a novel. I don't. I like
Right.
find a manual for something and page through it and learn how it works.
I am total OJT. My husband will read the manuals, but then I have to be hands-on to learn something. And that's how that whole Zoom video came about. Was my husband read it, taught it to me, and then I had to do it, and I did it in front of everybody. So yeah, I like to learn too. I think that's important. I think of professional development though also as like, some of the books on mindset seem to be always help me in professional development or everyday life. So I just looked over at the YouTube and my hands, I always talk with my hands.
Right.
Well, that's it. So anyone have anything else to add to this? I mean, we didn't even get through our questions, but I think this was a great, great interview. What do you guys think?
I had fun.
Yeah.
Good. James.
It was a great time. I'm glad that I got plugged in here. It's a great opportunity to share and find out what else everybody else is doing. And I know I'm right down the street from you there. Aren't you in Springfield there?
Yeah, I'm in Springfield.
I'm in Branson, so we're right down the street. Maybe we'll catch up here one day.
What state are you in, Jim?
Missouri,
Branson, Missouri.
Oh, that, because you're saying Bransford, because I came from here from Connecticut. We had a Bransford in Connecticut. Oh, the Show Me State.
Oh,
I bought this in Branson. I bought this in Branson.
So, James, are you from Connecticut?
I was born in California, but spent most of my military career in Connecticut on submarines. So when I got out, I stayed there.
I'm from Massachusetts, so I was there my first 18 years before I went active duty and left.
Bluetooth.
All right, I think we need to let Jim's Bluetooth chill out.
Sorry about that. I'd have to look that deal up and see what's going on.
Every time I tell my kids I'm from West Virginia, and it surprises me every time they sing the country road song. So a lot of kids know the country road song. So,
I did think of that too.
That's me.
I was stationed in Virginia for 4 years.
Oh yeah.
At the Norfolk base.
Yeah.
Good.
So I've been all over.
Yeah. And then you settled in Vietnam, huh?
Yeah.
Was that the only place overseas, James?
No, I've been to 22 countries.
Like, wow. I've been to quite a few. But I've only lived in Japan, Germany, and here. So.
Yeah. I've only lived in Vietnam, but the submarines we pulled almost every country in South America. I did 2 tours over in did a Mediterranean run, so you we're stationed out of Italy for 6 months.
Love Italy. Oh.
I lived in Kentucky one time.
I did too. I did too.
I went across the borders.
Alaska is the only state I've never been to.
Oh, I want to go. I've never been there either.
Yeah,
I've been
you were Air Force?
Me, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my nephew's stationed in Alaska now in the Air Force.
Yeah, Elmendorf maybe.
So
Awesome.
it's like, yeah, good luck getting your kids in bed before 11 o'clock in the summertime.
Especially if they're not used to it. Yep. All right, everybody. It was so nice to meet you guys finally. Thanks for coming on my channel.
It's nice.
All right. I'll see you all next time.